fact, Good Feet arch supports are designed to support all four arches of the foot, placing the feet in their ideal pain-relieving position and aligning the body from the feet up. Good Feet arch supports come in a wide range of over 300 styles, flexibilities, and sizes, so customers can be precisely fit with the arch supports that meets their personal needs. It's one reason why Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store. Visit the Good Feet store now for a free personalized arch support fitting and then take them for a walk. Experience for yourself the pain-relieving comfort, balance, and support of Good Feet. In Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and Vacaville, online at goodfeet.com.
KHTK AM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your home for the Sacramento Kings.
It's Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
I'm Christopher Lott with your Sactown Sports headlines. Magic number is finally won, and the Kings will look to clinch a playoff spot tonight for the first time since 2006. Kings will clinch with a win against the Timberwolves or if the Suns or Clippers lose tonight. You can listen to the game with game night at 5:30 and tip-off scheduled for 7 right here on Sactown Sports. Kings rookie forward Keegan Murray also has a chance to make history tonight after going 6 of 12 from beyond the arc against the Jazz on Saturday. Murray only needs 4 more three-pointers to break Donovan Mitchell's rookie record of three-pointers made in a season. Those are your headlines. Now it's time for Chris and Company.
He's born in Sacramento. He's raised in Sacramento.
And now he takes over the airwaves in Sacramento.
It's Chris and Company with Sacramento's Chris Watkins
on Sactown Sports.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome into Chris and Company on this wonderful Monday that some have deemed Clinchmas. Merry Clinchmas to all. A lot of people feeling good about tonight's game, tonight's chances. It feels like tonight is the night that we've all been waiting for 16, 17 years now. With a win tonight a win seals it. A win tonight against the Timberwolves and the Kings are in. But if they can't take care of business, they can get some help as well. If the Phoenix Suns lose, if the Clippers lose tonight, then the Kings are in. The 16-year playoff drought is over. The longest playoff drought, postseason drought in the 4 major American sports will come to an end tonight as the Sacramento Kings have a golden opportunity to clinch a playoff spot. And we're talking about playoff spot here, not play-in, which, by the way, we can already celebrate, ladies and gentlemen. We've clinched a play-in spot. We've clinched postseason berth now. It is official. The Sacramento Kings are at the least going to be in the postseason. We know that, it's just a matter of time before that playoff thing is locked and sealed, but we got to take our wins as we can. And on Saturday, with the Kings win, they did clinch a spot at least in the play-in tournament. And, they could have also, we should mention this, the Kings could have clinched a playoff spot last night if those pesky Golden State Warriors would have just taken down Minnesota. There was, I feel like a lot of Kings fans were tuned into that one. It was on NBA TV, so it was accessible to everybody. And the Warriors had it. They really looked like, they were down bad for a minute, but made a comeback, made a Warriors-esque comeback, a lot of Clay and Steph threes. But in the end, Jordan Poole kind of screwed us over, and Draymond screwed us over with some costly turnovers and a big Karl Anthony Towns 3 in transition, and here we are today. Now, on the cusp of clinching that playoff spot. I'm curious, maybe we can make it our YouTube poll question. Would you have rather had it taken care of yesterday, so it's out of the way. You don't have to worry about tonight's game, about any of the results tonight, or do you like it the way it is today? I think a lot of people, I feel like, were rooting for the Kings to clinch today because, you get the home game, you get, potentially, even if the Kings lose today, I wonder if they light the beam if they clinch. I'm curious how that goes.
No,
you don't
I
think so? Yeah,
because that would be weird.
It would be weird. Yeah, and a loss still to light the beam, that would be pretty strange.
And I had no problem rooting against the Warriors last night.
Yeah, that's also the part of it too, where it was like it did feel dirty to be like, let's go war, like really rooting.
Like if
Warriors.
it was a thing where they needed to lose for the Kings to go forward, and there's no more games after that, then okay,
sure,
there's plenty of time to clinch.
Yeah, they're definitely and
it's going to happen
exactly, so. And that's the thing too. Yeah, it's like we have time. Like even if it doesn't happen tonight, it's like it could happen. It'll happen tomorrow, or it's going to happen. Like the Suns aren't going to go undefeated the rest of the way. Knock on wood. Clippers aren't going to go undefeated. The Kings will eventually win one of these games, so it's just a matter of time. But it does kind of all set up perfectly for tonight to be a really memorable night, if not the most memorable night in Golden One Center history. A building that, has been around for 6-7 years at this point. And there's just not that many memories in that building, especially not, there's no significant playoff moments for sure, obviously, but the biggest moments in Golden One Center history at this moment are probably the Bogdanovich game winner against the Lakers. DeMarcus had a 50-point game. Remember where he runs out of the tunnel and then runs back out?
The Bagley dunk at the California Classic.
The Bagley dunk but seriously, that was one of the, that absolutely is a top, if it's not a top 5, it's absolutely a top 10 moment in Golden One Center history. A California Classic first play of the game dunk is absolutely a top moment in Golden One Center history. So this building is begging for some memories to be created, and it should be a really exciting one. Just to kind of reset things on the Kings front. They did go 2-0 over the weekend. We can't lose sight of that. It was a pretty challenging weekend in terms of opponents. Phoenix is no slouch. We know that Ayton and KD both missed that game, but Phoenix is still a top team in this Western Conference, and they're sliding right now for sure. They've lost 5 of their last 6, but they're still incredibly talented, and a team that is given the Kings headaches throughout this season. Kings are 13-4 post All-Star break, still sitting at number 1 for the season in offensive rating. Since the All-Star break, they're also number 1 in offensive rating. They've actually taken their offense to even more efficient levels. They're 123.8 points per 100 possessions since the All-Star break, which is absurd. I mean, they have the all-time record still for highest offensive rating as it currently stands at 118.9 points per 100 possession on the season. But with that offense, we also obviously know how things go on the other side of the ball. Kings are 28th in defense since All-Star, 120 points per 100 possessions. That's not great. That is not ideal for sure. This team has kind of consistently been that as well, where they are a top offensive team, if not the top offensive team, but defense, they have not been able to figure out, even, going through. I don't even think the Kings have had a 10-game stretch this season of playing middling defense, like 15th defensive rating. I think all season they've been in those mid to low 20s. So that's definitely something, that is absolutely a concern. And, it's been talked about how that'll more than likely rear its ugly head around at some point in this postseason. For sure, the Kings at some point will have to either step up their defense, or it's going to be the death of them for sure. I mean, you cannot continue to be the worst defense of any of the playoff teams and expect to realistically find your way to any sort of success. You can maybe matchup dependent wise sneak out of the first round, but you're not going to be able to continue to survive giving up that many points, regardless of how many you score. You're just, it's just not how that works. And the Kings are by far the worst defense of any of the postseason teams. I mentioned they're 25th on the season. The next closest in terms of playoff teams are the Hawks at 22nd. The Knicks are 18th, and Golden State is 17th. And again, the Kings sit at 25th. So the rest of the teams are all teams that are not even close to postseason play. So it's definitely concerning for sure. The big concern, my main takeaway from this little 2-game weekend, or 2 games that we played over the weekend, was, and it's been a problem for the Kings pretty much all season long, is protecting the paint. And they did not do that at all these past 2 games. It was the reason why they found themselves struggling against Utah. It was the reason why they found themselves down against Phoenix. That first half was terrible against Phoenix. They were getting whatever they want. Over the 2 games, Jock Landale and Walker Kessler got whatever they wanted in the paint. And this is the second time Jock Landale has killed us. For those who watched some Sacramento Kings preseason basketball, you're probably well aware of Jock Landale, who in the preseason, I remember having a game where he absolutely cooked the Sacramento Kings. I looked up those numbers from that day. He had 17 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 blocks in that preseason game, and that definitely stuck out to me and was not something that I will forget anytime soon. On Friday, Landale did finish with 17 and 6 on 8 of 11 from the field. He had 16 points in the paint. Walker Kessler on Saturday, 31, 11 rebounds, 14 of 16 from the field. 28 of his 31 points came in the paint for Walker Kessler. And that was the toughest one to watch. To me, watching Walker Kessler just really, really kill us in the paint was tough to watch, man. I mean, it was just so many easy buckets. And yeah, I think Walker Kessler is deserving of, as I talked about a lot last week, I think he's deserving of that first team all rookie honors at the end of the season. But for him to put up 31 points on a night where Utah had nobody else who could really get it going for them, it was tough because he was getting lobs. Kings had no answer for his just general size. At least this time he didn't get I think he got 6 blocks, 5 or 6 blocks last time he played against the Kings. So at least they weren't letting him eat them up defensively, but it was not good. The paint defense has been a problem for this team all season long, and it was not good to see Jock Landale and Walker Kessler really take advantage of the Kings this weekend. If you're watching in the YouTube chat right now, I see a lot of people out here talking. We got a bunch of viewers on this Monday. People are excited for this Kings team to potentially do something they have not done since 2006. I love to see it. I love the excitement. I'm expecting Golden One Center tonight to be popping. They've had tied their attendance record the past 2 games. I fully expect it to be a third one tonight. 18,000 strong, standing room only filled. Every seat in the house should be filled tonight. And there's a good chance that tonight is the night that we all have been waiting for. And it'll be so fun. It'll be so fun to celebrate. It'll be interesting to see how it all goes down with, there's potential that, the Kings could lose the game. Phoenix could win. And then we're all sitting in the arena waiting for the result of that Clipper Bulls game. And I wonder what they would do. Would they show, there was talks on Saturday that if that, I think it was a Clipper game as well, would have been trending towards good for the Kings, that they would have broadcast the game on the Jumbotron and let people sit and watch. So we'll see how tonight goes. Because it could be really fun if we can have, I don't know, 10, 12,000 people, maybe even. I'm pretty sure the lower bowl fits 10,000. If we could just have people stay after the game and potentially watch the Kings clinch off screen, and just have all those people cheering, watching. I think that would be really cool. Tonight, however it happens, I'm expecting it to be a really, really big celebration and just a really cool moment for the city, and definitely something that, we obviously haven't been able to celebrate in a very, very long time. Should be a good one tonight. And if you don't already have your tickets, definitely scoop them up now before they're either all gone or just way out of price range. I see people are talking about that right now in the chat. Seems like cheapest tickets for tonight are up to $160 right now. So if you're even remotely thinking, oh, should I show up? You should. And you should buy tickets now. Buy tickets now before they're all sold out and or just way, way too expensive. Coming up, why tonight could be a historic night for the Kings regardless of them locking up a playoff spot. We talk about that next right here on Chris and Company, Sactown Sports 1140 and SactownSports.com.
The last time the Kings had a winning season, you heard this.
Mark to the hoop, lays it up, around, and in, at the horn, and Arco has gone for so.
Now it's the Beam Team's turn.
The Knicks have it. Here comes Barrett on the run. Stutter step in the lane. Double clutch. Chase down. Blocked by Sabonis. Rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
The Sacramento Kings will finish the regular season with a winning record for the first time since 2006. Catch every Kings game on Sactown Sports.
Yes, we do have availability. Those dates for how many guests?
Andrea's Boutique Hotel is the destination to tie the knot.
Oh, you want the whole property?
She needs an assistant to catch the bookings bouquets.
249 guests, huh? Oh, and 3 dogs.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation and discreet shipping if prescribed. You'll love your results. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Live and local, it's Chris and Company with Chris Watkins on Sactown Sports.
Kings basketball, of course, going on tonight. Keep it locked here all day on Sactown Sports 1140 for all your pregame needs, for all your hype needs, getting ready for the Kings to potentially lock up a playoff spot for the first time since 2006. We got Deuce and Mo coming up at 11 o'clock, Cattles and Rami at 2. And then we got game night, 5:30. Again, getting you all ready for tonight's game. Should be an exciting one. Timberwolves make me nervous, man, especially after watching last night's game. They can just, when they're at full strength like they were last night, Anthony Edwards is now back, coming back from an ankle injury. Obviously, Karl Anthony Towns came back last week as well. They're scary, man. They are not a team that is going to be an easy out in the postseason, regardless of who they play. But they have given Sacramento fits, I feel like, as many times as the Kings have played them. It just feels like every time that they go against Minnesota, they can just really disrupt the Kings. Kyle Anderson, Anthony Edwards, Mike Conley. They can throw out lineups as well. Of me and Jason Ross were just talking about this, man. Like, legitimately, they throw out lineups every so often of Cat, Gobert, Naz Reid. Those are 3 legit centers, but with the shooting ability of Cat and Naz Reid, they're able to stretch the floor still and still have some spacing. But they can just throw a lot at you, man. And you know, the Kings are not necessarily a big team at all. And length has given them problems all season long. So, you know, it's I feel like a lot of people are treating tonight like it's a gimme. Like, oh, yeah, the Kings just have to roll over Minnesota and then we can light the beam and celebrate, right? It's not quite that easy. Not quite that easy, but as Adrian brings up in the chat here, will the Wolves have load management, especially on back-to-backs? I would not suspect it just because the Wolves are in the thick of this playoff race. They're currently the 7 seed, only a game behind Golden State after taking them down last night. They're also tied. I'm sorry. Those are actually outdated standings. Let me get the updated standings because these things change on the daily. They still are the 7 seed. They're a half game behind Golden State at number 6, but also only a half game above New Orleans at 8. And the Lakers and OKC are also only a game behind at the 8, 9, and 10 spots. So they're jostling. They're trying to see if they can potentially sneak into the top 6 and get a locked in for a playoff spot. Of course, whoever is at that 6 seed is currently slated to play the Kings in the first round. So a lot of interest in how that 6 seed and also just the play-in race in general shakes up, because that obviously has huge implications for who the Kings will play in the first round of the playoffs. I mentioned tonight before the break being a historic night, regardless of whether or not the Kings lock up that playoff spot. And for those who know, you know what I'm talking about, and that's the fact that Keegan Murray, the Sacramento Kings rookie, has a chance to break the NBA record for most three-point makes in a rookie season, breaking Donovan Mitchell, who currently holds the record at 187 made threes in his rookie season. Keegan is currently sitting at 184, only 3 away from tying, 4 away from breaking. And there's a good chance that it happens tonight, whether it be a tie or a break. Keegan's played really, really well as of late. I think he hit 11 threes over the weekend, if I'm not mistaken, combined. He's been able to find a shot. And I love that the Kings go to him early. It's usually within the first 2 or 3 possessions, they'll try and get Keegan a 3 just to kind of get him going. But I've really liked how Keegan shot the ball recently, and he's just getting more and more confident on pulling on those shots. If he has any open space and if he feels like he can get an open shot off, he's taking it. There's no more hesitation. There's no more, of him being a little passive. He's letting that thing fly. And I love to see it. I'd love to see it, especially right now, as we're inching towards the postseason. If Keegan can kind of get a little bit of confidence, a confident Keegan Murray is a dangerous Keegan Murray for sure. I trust a lot of
basketball player.
He is a basketball player. He knows what he's doing. He's not a hooper. He's not out here trying to, show out, flash out. He's just a hooper, man. He's a basketball player. He's a professional. He's a professional basketball player is what Keegan Murray is already. Should also mention Keegan has made of those 184 on 449 attempts, shooting 41% from 3. He's the first player in NBA history to have attempted 400 plus threes in their rookie season and make above 40%. And he's at 41. So what does that equal to you? By the way, Donovan Mitchell took 550 threes to reach 187, and Damian Lillard hit 503, took 503 and made. He is the other rookie who has hit over 183. So the only rookies who have ever hit 180 plus triples in their rookie season are Damian Lillard, Keegan Murray, and Donovan Mitchell. And so the fact that Keegan Murray is about to break the numerical total of 187 while also being the only rookie to ever shoot above 40% when taking that many triples tells me, and it's just a fact, this is the greatest rookie shooting season of all time. And it's crazy to say. It sounds like a hyperbole, but it's just not. If you make the most threes and shoot it at the most efficient clip of anyone who's taken that many, it's the greatest shooting rookie season of all time, ladies and gentlemen. And it's crazy. I mean, maybe it's a little, he's in a different role than what Donovan Mitchell and Damian Lillard were in, where they had the ball a lot and they weren't just taking threes. Though, I mean, you look at their numbers and like I said, they've both taken quite a bit more. They just had the ball in their hands a little more. And Keegan is definitely more asked to specifically only shoot threes. I looked it up with Brendan Nunez the other day, and of Keegan's 449 threes, 400 of them have been on spot catch and shoot. So, his role, that's not quite what Damian Lillard and Donovan Mitchell were asked to do. They had the ball in their hands a lot more. But you cannot not be impressed with how Keegan Murray has played this season. And again, I'm going to keep saying it. This is just his rookie year. He's going to keep getting better. He's going to develop. He could be more of a deadly shooter even. 41% is phenomenal. I think he's 4th or 5th right now in the NBA in total in 3-point field goal percentage. And he could only get better, if he continues to work on his spot up game, if he can get a little pull up jumper, if he can, get better at shooting off the bounce, the sky's the limit for him as a scorer. Right now, we're just seeing him as a shooter. But if Keegan can develop and, like I'm saying, kind of get other parts of his game, if he can learn how to finish at the rim, look out. Look out. Because that's like the next step for Keegan Murray. And then maybe eventually he can be a superstar if he can figure out the whole like in front of camera thing and, being a little less shy. But one step at a time. And I almost really do enjoy Keegan more now where he's like, his very shy self, his Kawhi Leonard, Tim Duncan-esque, persona, demeanor. I like that a lot more than like somebody who's very flashy and talking about how great he is. So good stuff from Keegan Murray. A former NBA champion explains why the Kings could make a deep postseason run. We talk about that next right here on Chris and Company on Sactown Sports 1140 and SactownSports.com.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Eileen Javor in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Expect clouds to continue to increase as the day goes on. We'll see highs in the low 60s, cloudy overnight, and rain returns by tomorrow morning. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions, not available in all areas. If you're a small business owner, listen up. Pi Insurance wants to give you one of those aha moments, the kind that could save you money. Workers' comp is probably one of the biggest costs you face. But did you know that insurance providers have flexibility in setting their prices? That's right. But many don't bother giving small businesses the savings you deserve. Instead, you can get lumped in with other businesses and overcharged. Pi Insurance was created to change that. With Pi, you get a quote tailored specifically to your business, and you could save up to 30% with no hassle and no hidden fees. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified. Take 3 minutes to see how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or go to trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you find the right customers, spread awareness of your product or services. We can help build trust in your brand and services with a digital marketing campaign, increase leads, and get more customers. We create tailored digital marketing campaigns that deliver results. Don't wait. Get started today. Contact aimyourdigital.com. That's aimyourdigital.com and start seeing results.
Do you know what the 3 biggest problems are that people have with most plumbers? Think about it for a minute. You could probably write this list yourself. They don't come when they say they will. They charge you more after the job than they quoted you up front, and they don't fix the problem right the first time. Who has time for that kind of aggravation? At Bell Brothers, our plumbers are completely different. We'll be there on time, right when we say we'll be there, and we give you a firm price in writing before we start. And all our plumbing services are backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. If you're not happy, you don't pay. For us, it's all about respect. For you, our customers. Call Bell Brothers right now for all your plumbing needs. Our number is 916-444-1234, or you can find us online at theNoSurpriseGuys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, Northern California's biggest country music festival of the year, is back May 5th and 6th at Cal Expo, starring Lady A, Chris Young, Brett Eldridge, and so many more. Plus, a Boots Boot and Line Dance Saloon, interactive lounges, and Sacramento's best food trucks. Weekend passes start at just $85. Tickets are on sale now at SactownSports.com. Country in the Park, brought to you by Attic Man Heating and Air Conditioning, Bill Eats RV, and Naughty Wood Barbecue.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
I'm Chris Verlot with your Sactown Sports headline. The magic number is finally won, and the Kings will look to clinch a playoff spot tonight for the first time since 2006. The Kings will clinch with a win against the Timberwolves, or if the Suns or Clippers lose tonight. You can listen to the games starting with game night at 5:30 and tip-off scheduled for 7 right here on Sactown Sports. Kings rookie forward Keegan Murray also has a chance to make history tonight after going 6 of 12 from behind the arc against the Jazz on Saturday. Murray only needs 4 more three-pointers to break Donovan Mitchell's rookie record for threes made. Those are your headlines. Now it's time for more of Chris and company.
It's roll call time. Roll call! Where are you watching the show? At home? At work?
In Sacramento? In another country?
Chris and Company shouts you out. Now.
You heard the voice, man. If you're in the YouTubes right now, in the comments section, put where you're listening from. Sacramento, Modesto, Stockton.
Maybe very specific.
Like where in your house. I'm still looking for that smart fridge in Australia. I think we had we had a Venezuelan, listener the other day. Interesting. Always interested to see where the people are listening from. We got Roseville, Orange County. We got San Jose. In my tent waiting outside of Golden One Center for tonight's game, says Cameron. That's hilarious. Do you think there's any possibility that like playoff tickets or something, first round playoff tickets, where people will have to camp out outside of Golden One Center for any specific reason like that?
Oh, I think Katie's the winner today.
Where's Katie? Katie in Stockton driving to see John Wick. That feels like it was for you, Chris. How was it?
Great.
John Wick, yeah?
Loved it.
Yeah, lived
Absolutely
up to everything you wanted?
Yes.
Okay.
It is an
Where's it
action movie
rank?
of
Where's it
all
rank
action.
amongst all John Wicks?
Well, I think first is
First.
number one.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so hard to This might just be recency, but I really like 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've liked them all.
Okay. I'll have to watch it. I definitely will have to watch it. You can check us out right now, as I mentioned, on youtube.com/Sactown1140. You can watch all of our live streams over there. And by the way, while everyone's in here right now, we got some great viewership right now. Please be sure to hit the thumbs up button. It goes a long way. It also helps me, get some street cred around here. Maybe I can start puffing my chest out and flexing on people because I get more likes than them. So please help me out with that. That would be great. I would love to rub it in Jason's face that
oh yeah, that jerk.
Yeah, that guy, he deserves it, bro. He deserves it. That guy is a jerk. Yeah, but you can head on over to SactownSports.com right now, where you can read Frankie Cardicelli's preview of tonight's game. And I'm also 1,000% guaranteeing that if/when the Kings clinch tonight, Frankie will have a piece of probably just memories and just how we got here. And I can guarantee he's been working on it for a while. So definitely after the Kings clinch today, be sure to head on over to SactownSports.com and read my guy's piece. Frankie will more than likely be joining us on tomorrow's show. So we will actually have a to my Chris and Co. Really excited to talk with my guy, Frankie Cardicelli. Last Friday, for those who don't know, who didn't get to tune in to Chris and Company, the extended version, missed out because we had Kyle Draper on co-hosting with myself, and Kyle was awesome. He's also possibly, maybe coming back sometime this week as well, so stay tuned for that. But Kyle brought on his good buddy, ESPN analyst, former Boston Celtic, NBA champion, Kendrick Perkins. And we had Perk on the show on Friday. And, of course, Perk had a tweet last week where he said, essentially, y'all are talking sweet about the Kings, but they can definitely make the Western Conference playoffs. I'm sorry, the Western Conference playoffs. Obviously, they can make the Western Conference playoffs. They can make the Western Conference finals. Carry the hell on, as Perk likes to end all of his tweets with. Here's what Kendrick Perkins had to say on Friday about that tweet and why he's so confident about this Kings roster.
I remember being in Oklahoma City, and this is what after I retired, and I went down to visit, and this is when the Paul George trade happened. And I will remember Troy Weaver. He was so pissed off. He was emotional. And I said, Weaver, you okay? Like, you're about to get PG with Russ. It's going to be okay. Like, man, I really don't want to give up Sabonis, Perk. He's going to be special. I'm telling you. And I started watching him. I started watching what he did in Indiana, and I'm looking at his IQ, and I'm like, man, listen, this is going to be one of the best bigs. So then he goes over to the Kings, and now I'm watching De'Aaron Fox, the emergence of him, and now all of a sudden you get Mike Brown. Now fast forward to the season. I start watching the little things. I'm watching how they play the game. I'm watching how guys are cutting, knowing that they're not going to get the basketball, but it's going to create an open shot for a guy like Harrison Barnes. I'm watching guys like Keegan Murray, a rookie that plays with such great poise. He's an old soul. Be out there like a vet. No hidden agendas, but the agenda is actually winning. And so I'm watching Malik Monk come in time and time again, be that spark. Lyles, be a guy that's trying to go out there and prove to the world that he still has it. And when I see their defensive system, now, yes, they're going to make mistakes, but they have an identity, and they're tied together. And all of a sudden, the home crowd, I was like, hold on, this team is serious. And the way that the West is so inconsistent, Seattle get home court in the first round, they're going to win that series. In the second round, I still like them because they have an identity, they have a closer, they have a bench, and they're well coached in a championship-type caliber coach like Mike Brown.
By the way, Kendrick Perkins did mean to say Sacramento, not Seattle. He said Seattle has home court advantage. It was a little shot. It was clearly not intentional, but it did hit a little bit to hear the Kings referred to by Seattle. obviously we all know that was almost a very real possibility. So when Perk said Seattle, it was one of those things where I thought I heard it, but obviously since this is live radio, I can't rewind and be like, did he really just say Seattle? I wasn't going to correct him. But there was some great stuff in there. He mentioned to start that clip that, he talked with Troy Weaver when, the Oklahoma City GM at the time of the Paul George trade, when OKC traded Sabonis to Indiana with Victor Oladipo for Paul George, and that got Paul George over in OKC with Russell Westbrook, and how Troy Weaver was upset because he even knew at that time that Domas was special. And, I just, you don't really think about Domas's early career, because he was pretty understated. It wasn't until really the bubble season, the 2020 season, pre-bubble, that I remember seeing Domas's numbers really pop off, where he felt like getting triple doubles on a nightly basis. Indiana had a really good team that year. That was, if you remember, Malcolm Brogdon and Sabonis and Turner were the linchpins of that team for sure. And he was upset. He saw the potential of Sabonis, and I think he's clearly a huge part of this Kings team and why they're so selfless. And Perk talked about that, why, this team is, what makes this team great is that they move the ball and there's no agenda. It's just winning. Mentions Keegan Murray, Harrison Barnes. Even mentioned Trey Lyles as well. So it was good to hear that with Perk, and I completely agree that this team does know who they are, and that is huge in the postseason. When you have a coach like Mike Brown, someone who knows, who's been around, who's coached finals games last year. Don't forget, he had to fill in for Steve Kerr in the Warriors playoff run. And so he knows how to properly prepare for these kind of games, which is, I heard, Tom Izzo made the Sweet 16, and they asked Izzo, what is the real advantage when you've been to so many of these Sweet 16s? And it's not the X's and O's. It's not, I feel like I can really outcoach these guys. It's the preparation. And that's really it. That is the biggest advantage you can have as a coach with experience, is just knowing how much information you give your guys is too much or too little. How much practice time is too much, too little. How to properly mentally prepare these guys for the game. That's really what matters in terms of experience and coaching. And, the Kings have that. They don't have the group experience, but they do have individuals who have been here and who can hopefully spread that knowledge, that wealth of knowledge to the other guys on this team. Really quick before we go to break, I should mention big news that dropped today in the NFL, the Lamar Jackson trade request. Jackson put on Twitter, "As of March 2nd, I requested a trade from the Ravens organization from which the Ravens have not been interested in meeting my value." Interesting, which is seems about right from what it seemed like this whole Lamar Jackson situation has gone, where it's just the two sides are they're just on two completely different sides. They cannot meet in the middle. And it's gotten to this point where maybe this could definitely be a negotiation tactic for sure. But it feels like Lamar is ready to separate from the Ravens. And if you're expecting him to head on over to the Bay with the San Francisco 49ers, who have been loosely rumored as a potential Lamar Jackson destination, today John Lynch had this to say, not specifically about the Lamar situation, but about Brock Purdy. Quote, "I think Brock has earned the right with the way he played, that he's probably the leader in the clubhouse at that. If we were to line up, he'd probably take the first snap." So there you have it. It does feel like whenever Brock is healthy, whenever that is, whether it be, late preseason, maybe week 1, it'll obviously be a competition. They're going to give Trey Lance a fair shake. But all things even, if Brock can somehow recover sooner and maybe, get to that week 1, maybe we see Brock Purdy. Seems like he's the favorite right now to start at quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers going into next season. Also should mention, because I saw a lot of people were excited about this, the Niners did trade for kicker Zane Gonzalez. So the Niners kicking fiasco is now over. We know who'll be their kicker. As one star returns to action, another will have to take some time off. We talk about that next as we take a look at the Western Conference next, right here on Chris and Company on Sactown Sports 1140 and SactownSports.com.
I'm Eric Armstead, and you're listening to Sactown Sports.
Armstead with relentless pursuit, and Eric Armstead came in and sacked him.
You wanted more Niners?
Sactown Sports.
Sacramento's new home for the 49ers.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Nerds. Here at NerdWallet, we often see people wrestle with financial decisions.
Mike is in the ring, up against his nemesis, indecision. Mike can't decide the best way to save his money, and indecision has him boxed in. But wait, Mike tagged in NerdWallet.
Let's go. With NerdWallet side-by-side comparisons, you can find a high-yield savings account with interest rates that earn more bank for your buck. So the next time you wrestle with a financial decision, you'll come out on top. NerdWallet, the smartest decision for all your financial decisions.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right, but right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave telling you something you already know, which is your time is important. That's why at American Energy Heat and Air, they make shopping for a new furnace or air conditioner easier with their new online quoting tool. All you got to do, go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote now, today. Do it right now. It'll help you determine what system you'll need to get and provide the best pricing options, all from the comforts of your home. You don't have to have somebody come out and walk around your house and blah, blah, blah. Just do the quoting tool. It's so easy. AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. I absolutely love these folks. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Sitting at your desk? Watch Chris and Company now. YouTube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Chris and Company, final segment. Yeah, leading you up to Deuce and Mo at 11 o'clock. Titles and Rami at 2. Game night 5:30. Kings pregame 6:30. Tip-off at 7. I haven't even mentioned that De'Aaron Fox is questionable today to make his return. He came out late third, mid-third in that Phoenix game on Friday. Didn't seem like anything in particular happened that that showed the aggravation or re-aggravation of his hamstring. But we'll definitely be monitoring that as the Kings prove that they don't have to have De'Aaron Fox in their lineup in order to get these wins. But we all know how much easier it is when they have number 5 going. Should mention over the weekend, just a couple notes. LeBron James made his return after missing the last month of action. He missed 13 games with a torn tendon in his right foot. Came off the bench for just the second time in his career last night, and the Lakers lost to the Chicago Bulls. LeBron said he came back because he saw 2 doctors, and two of them. No, he saw 3 doctors. I'm sorry. He saw 3 doctors. 2 of them told him that he would require surgery, and the third told him that he would not, and that I don't know if he, I don't want to say juiced him up, but hit him with some sort of healing cream. And apparently, as LeBron called him, the quote unquote LeBron James of feet, made it able for LeBron to make his return last night. And yeah, the Lakers lost to Chicago. So, it's always scary when LeBron is back in action. And, that Laker team has played really well since the trade deadline. It'll be interesting to see how they play now that they insert a pretty massive piece into their rotation with LeBron James. Also, I have to mention, because I feel like I've been her biggest supporter, especially, just with a platform, but Caitlin Clark continues to be must-watch television. I don't know how many times I have to say it. She had a 40-point triple-double last night, 41 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists. First ever player in NCAA tournament history, men or women, to have a 30-point triple-double, and she got a 40-point triple-double. Incredible stuff for Caitlin Clark. She moves on to the Final Four. She will play the winner of South Carolina or Maryland on Friday. And if they play South Carolina, look out. They're incredible. I mean, that's probably the only team that I could see taking down Iowa, but it'll be an incredible matchup. And Caitlin Clark is one of a kind athlete. And it's a blast to watch her, because nobody else has to deal with the kind of defense that Caitlin Clark gets, and she still manages to deliver every single time. Let's get into some ball night. It's a ball night in the association. We'll just talk about the games that are important to us here in Sacramento. Phoenix plays Utah. If with a loss, the Kings can clinch. Also with a Clipper loss as well, the Kings can clinch. Utah's still fighting, man. They are on the outside looking in, but they are a game and a half back of the 10 spot. They are on the ropes. Clarkson, Sexton, and Rudy Gay are all out tonight. Markkanen is questionable. We'll see how Kevin Durant is allegedly supposed to make his return soon for Phoenix. Hoping for a Phoenix loss, and it's probably not likely. I think Phoenix probably wins. They, like I mentioned, they've been sliding recently. They could really use a get back game. But Utah's no joke, and as I mentioned, they're still fighting for positioning as well, so they can try and get into that play-in race. So it'll be a good one tonight. Also, Chicago plays the Clippers in LA. Bulls have won 4 of their last 5, including the win against the Lakers last night. They're on a 6-game road win streak coming into the game. Clippers just took a huge L to the Pelicans. We'll see how that one goes. Obviously, huge implications for the standings and for the Sacramento Kings tonight. It should be a good one. It should really be a good one, because, it'll just be interesting to see how it shakes out for Sacramento purposes. Tonight could be the night, y'all. It could be the night. First time in 17 years since 2006, the Kings could lock down a playoff spot. I cannot believe that we are saying that now. It's absolutely insane. Also tonight, I mentioned that, there was going to be a star that isn't playing. LeBron made his return to action. Luka Doncic picked up his 16th tech of the season last night. Dallas is just reeling. Your boy Luka, Chris, is really, really struggling.
They just rescinded it.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he won't be suspended.
Okay. Because it was a pretty sketchy tech.
Yeah.
It was like,
but I mean, I'm sure he'll get one before the season ends.
Yeah, definitely. Because he got the tech for complaining about a call, which it was a pretty minor complaint. It's not like he did anything special to get it, but we know how Luka is. He likes to complain, and especially down the season, if he complains, he doesn't have to run back on defense. So, Dallas is in an absolute tailspin. I don't even know if they're going to make the postseason, man. I mean, there's a lot of talk of, we've been asking, who do you want to play most in the playoffs? And Dallas has been the most popular answer. They might not even be there. Dallas might not even be there. But you know who might? You know who will be there? Our Sacramento Kings. I cannot wait for tonight. Again, all the action right here on Sactown Sports 1140, leading you up to it. Deuce and Mo are next. Cattles and Rami at 2 o'clock. We got all the action right here. Don't change that dial right here. Sactown Sports 1140, SactownSports.com.
It's Cattles and Rami.
I think Josh McDaniels looks at a football organization